Okay, let's look at Giannis's Game 6 against the Suns. So he blocks Mikal Bridges in the very first play. This was kind of an omen of things to come in this game for Phoenix. Let's check out this half-court set. So we have shooters around Giannis, basically. I mean, Drew, I imagine, would have kept going to the corner. Connaughton, Brook, as well as Bobby Portis. DeAndre Ayton is just sagging off of Giannis so much. And I feel like that just gives him a runway to where he can just kind of get the momentum on you, you know? I think there's a lot of things on this play that are kind of cool, but let's just appreciate Giannis being really good first. He takes DeAndre Ayton into the post. That's a cool looking hook. Okay, now we do the nerd stuff. So we've got Drew who flips it to Giannis, which right then and there, that's like a little extra layer besides just the Drew or Giannis pick and roll or the Middleton Giannis pick and roll. You know, why not? We have Ayton who's still giving Giannis a decent amount of breathing room. Then we've got Middleton coming from the corner. And so now Giannis, he can run with a handoff. And look, because Ayton is so back, you can go with that handoff. Middleton comes around, and if it's a good screen on Booker, that could be a pull-up jumper for Middleton. Granted, the spacing with Mikal is, it's not great with Drew being right there, so maybe Giannis does make the best decision here, which is basically to just be like, you know what, I'm really good, let me do my thing. We've got Brook in the dunker spot, which leads to Crowder having a tough decision of, well, I can commit, but if I do, Brook can just cut, and that can be a pass from Giannis. Should there be more commitment in just loading up like crazy on Giannis? Now, I say that, but like if you go too hard, then obviously it's open shots for other guys. I don't know, but yeah, there's a hook shot. Another one where Giannis brings it up court, and it does result in a similar thing, which is he basically scores over DeAndre Ayton. If we can dive into it again with the spacing and all that beautiful stuff. Brook Lopez is tripping me up a little bit on this play because part of me feels like he's kind of acting as an extra screen to where if Giannis wants to kick it out to Drew, then Crowder and Booker have to fight around Brook to get to him. But at the same time, is it more difficult to make that pass because Brook is there? I don't know. I'm going to say the same thing again. There's technically like more than one Sun in the paint, but for the sake of Giannis being affected by the defense, it's basically just him versus DeAndre Ayton. I mean, I guess if you're Mikal, you could say, well, it would be a little tougher for Giannis to make that pass to Middleton because he's committed so hard to it at this point. I don't know. Look, obviously I am not a head coach, but the one thing I always ask from this series, besides, where did Giannis just end up on the all-time list, is could there have been more in these moments against him from Phoenix? Well, there was on this play. Mikal Bridges committed pretty damn hard to him, and he just went through Bridges and Jay Crowder because Giannis is that good. We get another Crowder on Giannis possession. I think Crowder does a pretty good job here. I mean, if you can get a turnaround jumper out of Giannis, then I guess you'll take it. According to a Basketball Reference, Giannis shot basically 50% from 10 to 15 feet in the 21 playoffs. Now we can talk about one of my true loves, which is off-ball screen actions. So PJ Tucker is going to screen Crowder, and then Cameron Payne is going to switch onto Giannis, and good luck, Cameron Payne, seriously. I do think Middleton with Booker here was a way to create like an extra wall to where Crowder could not fight around to get back to Giannis on top of just having to deal with PJ Tucker. Anyway, what ends up happening, you get a great pass from Drew, who is being played pretty closely by Cam Johnson, but I mean, this is what you don't want if you're Phoenix, is Cameron Payne having to be the guy to deal with Giannis. I mean, Crowder gets over there for what it's worth. I feel like this play here kind of shows a lot of growth with the Bucks offense, because remember a couple years ago in the playoffs, they would have moments where it was like, what's happening with this offense right now? Well, first off, you get Middleton and Giannis involved in something. And honestly, Drew might have had Giannis just on the cut right there, right? Kicks it to Connaughton. But like, just let's appreciate the spacing, because the Bucks spacing, sometimes it'd be rough. Sometimes it would be like, why are these two dudes standing so close to each other while they're spotting up or whatever, right? With the way they're aligned here, like let's say Kaminsky just commits super hard to Giannis, right? And then Crowder goes to split the difference between Drew and Bobby Portis. Well, Drew's got a lot of room to operate with here, so he can kind of relocate, or, Portis might be able to cut or whatever. Like, there's a chance that I'm wrong on all this, but to me, this makes sense to my eyes, which has never coached a basketball team before. Oh, and by the way, I know that Giannis shot 1,000,000 free throws in this game, and I would love to look at some of those plays, but unfortunately, NBA.com just kind of got rid of them. Like, if you look at this play, because it says Giannis free throw, Bridges foul, so this would be the play, right? And you can see here, Bridges foul, it's just not available. They don't have any of the plays. On the flip side of Giannis shooting 17 for 19 at the line in this game, the Bucks also shot like 20% from three. Because I was wondering why Giannis only had 2 assists in this game, and part of that could be like, yeah, the shots weren't falling. I mean, this play right here is like some pretty damn good defense from the Suns, where you go with more of a hard double. You force the pass out from Giannis, and then you just hope for a really good closeout like you get here with Cam Johnson on Middleton. So yeah, the point of this video is Giannis is really good.